Hello, my name is Sonia Ahrens. I'm a graduate student studying bioengineering at Oregon State University, and I'm excited to be here today to share the work being done at our startup, Spine by Design. Spine by Design is an early stage software startup which uses predictive data analytics to help guide treatment paths for patients seeking spine surgery. Back pain is the leading cause of disability worldwide, preventing people all over the world from engaging in essential everyday activities. This includes walking, running, playing with children or pets, pursuing favorite hobbies. The list goes on. Back pain is also the main cause of missed workdays. In addition to direct medical costs, which amount to in excess of 50 billion each year, add in lost wages and decreased productivity, and watch that figure rise to more than 100 billion annually. A common cause of back pain is degeneration of the intervertebral discs in the spine. Most people are familiar with herniated discs. If I could see my audience right now, I'd have you raise your hands to demonstrate. Regardless, I'm confident in what I'd see because nearly 40% of adults over 60 have at least one herniated disc. This brings us to the problem at hand. Herniated discs frequently require surgery. As of 2013, in the US alone, there are more than 1.3 million spine surgeries performed each year. The most common procedures are fusions and discectomies. Discectomy is a surgery to remove herniated disc tissue that is pressing on a nerve root or the spinal cord and causing pain or disability. Most discectomies are now performed as microdiscectomies, which uses a microscope to view the disc and nerves. Among spine surgeries, microdiscectomies are less invasive and have quicker recovery times because they require smaller incisions. However, 5 to 10% of microdiscectomies reherniate, leading to additional surgery costs, longer recovery times, and lost productivity. Reherniations are also a pain point for hospitals. Many of these reherniations happen within 3 months of the initial surgery, meaning these cases will be classified as surgical readmittance. Readmission costs hospitals in their CMS quality ratings and are often not reimbursed by insurance companies if they happen within 90 days, meaning the hospital must absorb the cost. Basically, back surgeries that fail are a lose-lose situation. So what can be done? Here at Spine by Design, we propose a rather elegant type of solution: prevention. Stop the vicious cycle of failed back surgeries and readmittance before it even starts. We aim to accomplish this with improved risk assessment and patient selection. We are working with a team of spine surgeons to develop surgical decision support software, which uses real patient data to predict complications for microdiscectomy patients. We believe this will allow patients and surgeons to make more informed decisions, enabling more appropriate treatments and minimizing complications and associated costs. Our software will take less than 15 minutes to perform a risk assessment, which could save patients months to years of prolonged recovery and pain. Many factors are associated with higher reherniation risk, but the contribution of these factors, both individually and in combination, has yet to be adequately quantified until now. We use preoperative data to generate a nonlinear multivariate logistic regression model based on metrics measured on clinical images and collected from the patient electronic medical record, including body mass index, lumbar lordosis angle, smoking status, among others. The model correctly identified 98% of patients in a retrospective study at one institute. We then expanded this work to multiple institutes to ensure specificity and sensitivity of the model. So far, usable data from over 500 patients from 4 institutes in 3 countries has been collected. Unfortunately, we found that the model accuracy decreased at these external institutes. We believe this likely results from physician inter-evaluator variability when measuring key model inputs on the patient images. So to address this issue, we are currently working to incorporate machine learning algorithms to eliminate the need for user input. This should greatly improve the consistency and accuracy of the model at external institutes. Our team did a deep dive into the market for our product this summer with the NSF Innovation Core, or I-Core program, which aims to facilitate the translation of promising technologies from research labs to the marketplace. During this program, we interviewed key stakeholders in our customer ecosystem to investigate our translational potential. 7 weeks and 102 interviews later, we have a much more detailed understanding of our market potential and our primary customers. We learned that the market is embracing the use of surgical planning software and that there are multiple pathways to market for our product. Perhaps most obviously, neuro and orthopedic surgeons could adopt our software directly into their ORs to gain a competitive edge and increase clinical volumes for these procedures, which are largely elective surgeries. We found this type of innovation is sought after by medical device companies and insurance companies as well, and many major spine device companies are currently pursuing addition of such software into their product portfolio. We learned the importance of risk management and cost mitigation in healthcare. This is a market space that we are especially suited to tap into. Currently, there are upwards of 300,000 microdiscectomies annually. Each microdiscectomy can cost anywhere between $15,000 and $50,000 without insurance, a cost which might have to be absorbed by the hospital if it is classified as readmittance. So just doing a back of the envelope calculation, if on average 8% of these surgeries reherniate, 50% of those are within the CMS window, and it's on average $32,000 per procedure, that amounts to upwards of $400 million paid by hospitals for what will likely be failed surgeries. And if 50% of these are readmissions, then the other 50% is paid for by insurance, meaning insurance is matching this figure for failed surgeries each year. This is where you can really start to see the value of predictive analytics in medicine. And this is why professionals across the healthcare field have shown interest in our product. From surgeons and CMOs to medtech and insurance companies, risk and cost mitigation is a priority for everyone. Now, to give credit where credit is due, this software is the brainchild of Dr. Morgan Gears, a tenure-track assistant professor in the School of Chemical, Biological, and Environmental Engineering at Oregon State University. She is also my thesis professor. Dr. Gears received her PhD in biomedical engineering at Arizona State and was a postdoctoral fellow at Barrow Neurological Institute, one of the largest spine surgery centers in the country. At this time, she developed an early version of the model, which is the basis of the technology I'm sharing with you today. She has continued this work as faculty at OSU, keeping many of her surgical collaborators and bringing on additional team members, myself included. Rounding out our team is Charlotte Triplett. Charlotte is the founder and president of Catalyze, a consulting collective for biotech based in Portland, Oregon. For over 30 years, Charlotte has worked at the intersection of industry and academia, enabling the development and translation of medical technologies from the lab to the clinic. And at this time, I would also like to acknowledge these additional clinical collaborators and business advisors who have been essential to our success thus far. So now that you've met us and you know a little bit about our company, we would like to extend an open request for partnership. At this time, our SpineBind is for pilot and beta users for our software. Ideally, spine surgeons working at ambulatory surgical centers or academic research hospitals. And we hope to form these key partnerships early on to enable streamlined adoption when the time comes. And so now, with a few references, I would be happy to take any questions you may have. Thank you very much for your attention.